Hi and welcome to Tiffany's Tiny Things. In this video I'm going to make a hybrid, or you can also call it an anthropomorphic doll. That means it's part human, part animal. I have made dolls like this before, but this is actually the first time I'm going to make one on YouTube. So if you're interested in seeing my other dolls, anthropomorphic dolls, then you can check out my Instagram. The link for that is in the description box down below. Yeah, if you enjoy this video, please leave a comment, like this video, push the bell button and subscribe. So let's get started with this doll. So this time I chose a baby doll body and I'm going to sculpt the head, and it's going to be a duckling, because who doesn't love little cute ducklings? I think I'm happy with that. I will also put some fuzz on the arms. I haven't quite figured out how yet. Maybe I'll just glue the fur on the hands. I think that's the basic shape. So it's time to sculpt the little duckling. And before I start with the clay, I am going to just amputate her hands. Yeah, I've already done the thumbs, so it's gonna be fine. I am going to save them because, you never know when you need fingers. Saying stupid things. I was kind of thinking about keeping 2 fingers just for support, but no. Flying plastic everywhere. So, let's start sculpting. My plan is to do a very thin layer of clay. Because of 2 reasons. I think the head is already kind of big and I'm going to cover it with fur also, so we don't want a super giant head. Of course, I did not prepare some water for this. I kind of always want water close by, so the clay feels a little bit dry. I can use that, and for smoothing the surfaces. Just want to cover the whole base with one coat before I start with the details. I hope it will stick to the plastic. I have no idea. Probably it won't. Probably it will shrink and stuff will happen. I am going to use glass capuchons for eyes that I will paint afterwards. No. Animals tend to have very symmetrical faces, so I'm really trying to achieve that. I'm kind of thinking about how KP Creations does it when she makes her art dolls. I really think she makes beautiful things, and if you haven't seen her already, please check it out. I'm kind of looking from all angles that it's symmetrical. Okay, this head will be massive. Well, this is the kind of duckling that has a big head and a small body. So, I think I'm happy with that. So now we're just gonna let that dry completely. I think I will have to airbrush the beak first and then put on the fur. Looks alright. Big head for a small body. Okay, so now the sculpt is dry and I have airbrushed the beak. Started with kind of a skin color and then gradiated with brown and black. Then I sealed it all with some matte Mod Podge, and as you see, the matte Mod Podge isn't super matte, but it's kind of the perfect shine for a beak, I think. I realized I have to paint the eyes before I put on the fur. What skin color are they? This was probably the closest one I got. Of course, it depends very much on what type of duck it is. I'm just gonna paint the eyes brown. As you see, I painted the whole head and the eyes. I started to glue some fur onto the arms. I'm not gonna bother with putting fur on the whole body because that will be just too bulky and you're not supposed to take the clothes off. So I started to glue the hair onto the head. I have never done this before, so I am kind of just winging it. I'm using OOAK glue. So now I covered everything and I'm just using a pet brush to brush out the fur. I want the fur to be in one direction. Now if I see a little gap here, I can just put a little extra fur in there. Then I am ready to airbrush. Let's do some trimming. Now I'm gonna cover the eyes and the beak because obviously I don't want to airbrush on those areas. Then I just have to choose a yellow. I have like so many yellows. Which one? Which yellow is duck yellow? Kind of feel like we can eliminate lemon yellow. Now I covered the eyes and the beak, as you see, with multi-tack. I feel like that works really well when you want to cover stuff. Usually doesn't take the paint off, like maybe with tape and stuff like that. So anyway, I tried to look at some reference pictures and I feel like the primary yellow is the yellow to go with, even though they aren't like one color. So I'm gonna start with that. Then we are going to fade it into brown. Now you're wondering, what? Regular acrylics in airbrush? Yeah, you just need this airbrush medium. Mix this 1:1 ratio. And I also have this flow aid additive. I don't really know what this does. Unfortunately, I can't film while I'm airbrushing. So yeah, be right back. Okay, so now I airbrushed all the parts with a good amount of yellow, and now I'm trying with alcohol to set it. I have no idea. Will this even be good? Right now it kind of looks very bad. But I do like the shade right now. It's a much more muted yellow. Have to let that dry and then brush it out again, I guess. I've dried off the duckling with just some paper towel, and I have mixed the brownish grayish color. So I'm finished with the airbrushing, and now comes the part where I will dry it off with some alcohol, and it looks so good right now. I'm kind of scared. I think it's gonna work out. We shall see when it's dry what color this will be. Now I have to start all over with the beak. I don't know why it chips off like this. This is very strange. There, I'm very happy with that. I actually think it turned out better than before. So yeah. Now we'll gloss the eyes and put some matte Mod Podge on the beak once again. The eyes I will probably gloss like 3 times. I want them really glossy, so of course the varnish has to dry in between the layers, so I'm not gonna bore you with all the layers. Let that dry. I think the beak needs to dry just a little bit more also, so I'll do the beak on the next layer. matte Mod Podge. Now let's do one more layer on the eyes. As you see now, it's just one layer and it's glossy, but it's not like an eye glossy. So the more layers you put, the glossier it gets. If I see any bubbles, I always try to remove them because they might actually dry like that and we don't want that. So we let this dry and then I'll probably gloss the eyes some more and you don't have to see that. You're welcome. So now that I have applied about 1 million layers of varnish on the eyes, I am very happy with the shine. And I'm very happy with how our little duckling girl looks overall. Yeah, let's assemble her. I made some clothes and items off camera, just because. I did this little sweater out of felt and it has Velcro on the back. Stockings out of a sock and this cute little dress that actually has little duckies on it. I really didn't plan this. I decided to make a duckling and then I found this fabric that I just have in my stock box. My mom helped me a little bit with the skirt part. These shoes I bought from AliExpress, so I didn't make them. I made her this little ducky toy. It's made out of foam board or what you call it. And I made her this super cute little handbag. And it's actually functional, so you can open it. This I just made out of foam board and glued some fabric on the foam. I sewed on this chain and I thought it would be fitting if she carries some flowers in there. So let's just put her together with these things. If you want to see the sewing process, please leave a comment. I really want to know, what do you want to see in my videos? Now with the fur, it's a little bit tight, but it goes on there. My god, she looks so cute already. These shoes I actually bought by mistake from AliExpress. I thought they were gonna be much smaller. I didn't really pay attention to measurements. I just yeah, they look good, and they were too big for a 1/6 doll. And then I found this doll at the thrifting store, and the shoes fit her perfectly. And just this doll. No other doll. Only this doll. And then she has her little toy. And there she goes. I think we are ready for the beauty shots with this cute little duckling girl. I really hope you enjoyed this video. A little bit different than my usual dolls, but in all honesty, I've done these anthropomorphic dolls before, just not on my channel. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to. If you want some more exclusive content, check out my Patreon. The link is down below in the description. I'll see you next time. Bye!